Week 4 right around the corner. The Tennessee Titans playing the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to dive into this game, see who has the edge, and will the Titans finally get back to their winning ways? Talk about Marcus Mariota. What is going on with the possible franchise quarterback? We'll dive into that. And then finally, an NFL 17-game season? Is it right around the corner? Is this really going to happen? We'll look into that as well. So, Titan Upload here, week 4. Let's dive into it next. The Tennessee Titans are in action again this Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams coming in 1-2. The Falcons did not look good week 1 against Minnesota. Bounced back and won a big game on Sunday Night Football against the Eagles, which actually looks like a pretty decent win as the Eagles actually beat Green Bay tonight 34-27, making the Tennessee Titans the only road team on Thursday night to start the season that lost, unfortunately. But bottom line, this game's huge for both teams. You do not want to start 1-3. Floyd Reese already saying that, a bunch of teams started 1-3 last year. No, Floyd. No. You do not want to start 1-3 if you're the Tennessee Titans, especially in this division, which looks like the Colts are going to be a player, and we definitely know Houston's going to be a player. Question would be still Jacksonville. If you look at Atlanta, they have issues with penalties, tackling, turnovers. See their -4 turnover ratio. I think the Tennessee Titans can exploit that offensive line. You would think Atlanta's line would be better. The rookie's struggling. I think he gave up 4 sacks. They just are not gelling. And Matt Ryan, I believe, has been hit 30 times. He's had 5 sacks, but Pro Football Focus, 27th ranked offensive line to the Falcons. Now, if you look at the stats, I'm not going to definitely read into you, but what a keynote I came up with is 0 rushing touchdowns for the Falcons. So they're going to do it through the air. Their rushing is just not really impactful. So I would think the Tennessee Titans, would have a decent chance shutting down the run. And then you just kind of have to play against the pass, which if we don't have a pass rush, that could ultimately be an issue for the Tennessee Titans. So I really think defense is going to be huge in the matter of, can the Tennessee Titans stop Matt Ryan? And can the Atlanta Falcons stop Derrick Henry? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Marcus Mariota has never played the Falcons before. Marcus played his first preseason debut game, if you remember, in 2015 at Atlanta. Marcus came in with no picks during the practice in the preseason to this point until game 1. And the media made a huge deal of it, and Marcus threw a pick right away against Atlanta. The reason why I bring all that up is Mike Mularkey was on the staff for the Titans and then became the interim head coach and then took over, and Amy Adams loves him, and we know Mike really loved Marcus Mariota. This is going to be very interesting to see if Mularkey has any kind of, but I wouldn't say like pointers, but the Titans have been struggling so much with that offensive line. You don't think Mularkey's going to be a big play in this at all, but you do have to wonder. But when you look at these guys on defense, you think their defensive line would actually have more sacks, but you got to take into account who they've played. Minnesota, decent offensive line. It's just, and the Colts have an awesome offensive line. So those 5 sacks are kind of misleading. The Falcons lost their safety, Neal, to an Achilles, and the Titans are just, giving up big runs. But the problem with the big runs are coming late and they're kind of misleading. Fournette had, -8 yards late in the 4th quarter. So I wouldn't put too much into that. But defense, definitely going to have to stop Matt Ryan. So how in the world are the Tennessee Titans going to end 2-2, beat the Falcons, go into that Buffalo game, which we all hope Buffalo beats New England, And then the 4-0 Bills would come into play at Nissan Stadium versus the 2-2 Titans. That's the hope. But how? Here are the keys. Number one, pressure Matt Ryan. The Vikings did it. They totally took control of that game. I just don't think the Titans can do it. The Titans' offensive line's been a mess, and the defensive line has not got constant pressure. And that's why I believe we lost to Minshew, and that's why we lost to Brissett. Because keep in mind, Brissett versus us was not as good as Brissett was last week against Atlanta. And Minshew, he had some great throws, but at the end of the day, we did not touch him once. 2, protection. The offensive line is garbage right now. So we're going to have to turn it around. Nate Davis, the rookie, should make the start this week. Douglas got a 12, folks. A 12 rating from Pro Football Focus. Awful. Moving on. The third one, win turnover battle. We've been doing well, and that's what's keeping us in games, winning these turnover battles. It can't change this week. And the fourth one, third down. If you saw in the previous stats, Atlanta has about a 50% third down conversion rate. Ours is maybe 20, if that. We need to connect on third downs, and we need to stop Atlanta with third downs. Those are the keys, folks. You know, there's no Marcus Mariota. There's no Derrick Henry. These are the keys. Just keep Atlanta with the points down, protect Mariota, and then win the turnover battle and win third downs and stop them from third downs. If we do these things, we're going to win this game. I don't know how pretty it's going to be, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? Not so much. So Marcus Mariota, this is one of those things where I believe personally there are more people that want him gone than want to keep him. Titan upload, I go round and round with this, and I try to listen to everybody's opinion. I do, but some things are frustrating. But let's just be honest here, okay? Marcus Mariota has regressed. He's not getting better. He's getting worse. We have to figure out why. So over the next few minutes here on Titan Upload, we're going to try to figure out why Marcus Mariota is not performing like he should. So let's just get into him before we even talk about the line and the receivers. So the pros, these are just some generic pros I came up with. I put athletic on there, but I don't know if you've noticed this. Mariota is not leaving the pocket as much. He's kind of cementing himself in there. If you go back and watch him earlier, he does move around more. Mahomes moves around and creates a lot of time. You don't want him doing this because he's going to get injured, but he's getting sacked 9 times against Jacksonville. Last year, 11 times versus Baltimore. That is a concern. So maybe Arthur Smith should roll him out more. My goodness, give him a chance to excel with that athleticness that he has, the quickness, the speed. He hasn't turned it over, but he's playing very conservative. He does have the one playoff win. He's got the pretty good season in 2016, and he has a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. But he's been holding on to the ball too long. He's missing open receivers. He's not seeing the field. He's always been kind of inconsistent. But the key for me is he's not improving. So when you throw all those things in a bag, shake them around, do what you got to do, we don't know. We don't know. But here's the sad truth. Time's running out. This week at Atlanta, if he puts up the turnover stuff or maybe he has like 3 picks, guys, he's getting pulled. So we're running out of time. So I really hope Marcus can figure it out, because if he can't, they're going to throw Tannehill in there. And that's what's going to happen. But what happens if Tannehill fails? Then what do? We got 2 quarterbacks. We'd be 1-3 or 1-4. And both of the quarterbacks know they're on 1-year contracts and they're not coming back next year. What an awful place to be for the Tennessee Titans. That's why I'd be very, very careful about yanking Mariota. I thought you had a perfect chance to yank him. It wasn't really a yank. It would have been more of a protect him against Jacksonville late in the fourth quarter. You could have told the media, you could have told everybody, hey, we want, the line wasn't working. I mean, they did this against week 3 in the preseason against Pittsburgh. They pulled him after 2 series, and Vrabel basically said we couldn't protect him, so we didn't want to keep him out there. So we threw Tannehill in there. But I think this one is going to be I don't think they're waiting. I think they're going to put Tannehill in, and it could come as early as Atlanta. It just depends on turnovers. It depends on how the game's going to go. But I'm really hoping Marcus can figure it out. Now, Titans tape pulled I think it was Titans tape, but they went back and looked at the 2016 season. They went back and looked at the throws. I kind of forgot how great Marcus Mariota was in 2016. Like, he was really, really good. And I know the line was better back then. That's another issue too. Like, even the lines got worse. Since 2016, even though we made the playoffs in 2017, it's been a steady decline. And then in 2018, oh my goodness, we get a new coaching staff, and it goes worse. So instead of going good to great, it was good to worse. And then this year, we're thinking, okay, 1 year coaching staff, they'll figure it out. It was a learning experience, a lot of injuries, all that stuff. Besides Cleveland, is it getting any better? The last 2 games have been terrible. And we should have beat the Colts because we're talented. We have a talented roster. I think our defense is really good under Vrabel. I have no complaints about the defense. I think Vrabel's done an amazing job with that. But if you're just going to look at the situation and blame Marcus Mariota, that's fine. But realize, even if you take Marcus Mariota out of the equation, put in like Fromm or one of these other guys, Herbert, are they gonna do any growth from year 1 to year 3? That's the question. Can anybody on the staff improve any of the offensive guys? And who on the offense other than Derrick Henry, maybe Jonnu Smith, have improved? I don't know. Anyways, subscribe, comment below how you feel about this one. What's the problem with Marcus Mariota? Interested in to see. And do you have faith in Marcus Mariota? Can he turn it around? Do you have faith in the coaching staff that they can turn anybody around on offense? Because let's be honest, our offense is a train wreck right now. So I'll be very interested to hear your comments. And like I said, hit the subscribe button. We do go live usually before and after games. Chat lines are always open. So we really have some good discussions on the Titans. Sometimes we even get some travelers that join for a day or two to talk about their team, like the Jaguars or the Falcons or whoever we're playing. So it's a good experience. It's fun. I try to make you guys a part of it as much as I can. Sometimes we have NGB talk will join us. So, like I said, not only hit that subscribe button, but hit that bell so you're notified. So, we will reveal who this mystery player is. I think it's interesting because this mystery player, his QBR was going kind of up and down. And then the sacks were way high, and then they gradually got better. And Mariota is the complete opposite. His QBR was high in the beginning, and then it got lower. And then it's really low now, right? Like 38. And then his sacks were continuing to climb. 42 last season and 17 already this season. So I went to the Atlanta Falcons website to get some Falcon news. Look who made the cover. Wow. Dexter McCluster. Did they think that was Derrick Henry? But then again, the respect. But hey, this is the one thing you always learn, right? In order to get respect, you got to give respect. But for the Titans, in order to get respect, you got to win games. You got to win games and show up and not be so inconsistent all the time. So with that being said, we will see you definitely live after the game against Atlanta. We'll possibly be live before the game. I'll definitely let you know about that. But let's hopefully turn this thing around. Marcus turns it around. Derrick Henry can catch the ball. The line can block. The defense will not do anything different than they've done the first 2-3 weeks. And the Titans will walk away with a win in Atlanta. That's the hope. But keep in mind, Marcus Mariota never played the Falcons before. Mike Mularkey is on the other team. He is the tight ends coach for the Falcons. And Matt Ryan is probably the best quarterback we've faced this season. So with all that being said, we'll just have to see how it crumbles. Tighten up.